GMTK Game Jam 2026 starts now.
The GMTK Game Jam, the biggest game making competition where you need to make a game in only 4 days based on a theme. And since I'm an incredible game developer, I decided to participate in this year's Game Jam. I did actually participate in the previous year's Game Jam, but I failed at finishing the game and it has a long story. I'm not going to talk about it. This year, I got a lot more experience, like more than one entire year of making games inside Unreal Engine. So I was pretty ready for this year's. Everywhere, at my room, at my laptop, at my phone, everywhere that you can even think about it, there were a note somewhere that remembers me that there is a GMTK Game Jam on the way, so it could get me motivated and I can keep learning actually. But this year I also have an incredible strategy. Not like other solo developers, this year I decided to make a game dev team. And not any game dev team, a team of the most experienced 3D modelers, artists, content creators, music creators to make an absolute masterpiece. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our team. My plan is simple. Make a team that includes a game developer, a 3D artist, a 2D artist, and maybe a music creator that we ended up ignoring. I'm gonna work on the code and the logic of the game so we can just ignore other game developers. And it leads us to our first person in our team. Starting with my bro Pixellogic, he did also make games using Unreal Engine before, but he actually installed Unreal for a month and he did forgot about everything inside Unreal. So I asked him that could he come to our team and make 3D models for the game, imagining that he knows how to make 3D models. Unfortunately, he did not! Oh my gosh, this is incredible! He never used a 3D software before and I asked him respectfully that could he learn Blender or no. And he did accept it. Thank you, bro. His YouTube channel is in the description. I have no idea where he is active right now, but anyway. Cutie. Our next member of our team called Azu. An incredible artist. I really mean that. The best artist I've ever seen in my entire life. So I asked her that could she host me for the GMTK Game Jam or no, and she did accept. Yo bro, this is awesome. Her Twitter channel is in the description. I will really appreciate you guys if you check it out and also support her a little bit. It's a huge help for me and for her actually. Cutie. Yo, what the f? Now everything is said, ready and awesome. I don't have any other problems, so I can easily work on the game, right? After telling, asking, praying, begging my family that I have a game jam on the way, please do not plan for a travel or a trip or anything like that ruins my life. They did what they want. Bro, oh my god. As I can see on the chart, when the game jam began, I'm at North. Which means there is a place that I can work on the project. Even when I'm highly limited to the resources, especially the internet, if I got any problem, I can Google it, I can search it, I can use any AI to fix this issue. Don't make any mistake, I had a lot of fun time on this vacation, I mean so much. But I was highly limited to the time, resources, internet, and at any moment my family could get a more worse idea. So I need to be quick for this game. When the game jam began, I was at car nearly to our destination. And this year's game jam theme was Countdown? Bro, it is incredible! Whoa, yeah, let's go! I did goes a little crazy and super excited, literally eating my family's brain. And I did waste an entire 3 hours because my family were busy talking with their friends at North. When I did get to work, I asked Awesome Pixellogic to make what I want and I began to work. First of all, what's the plan? Sorry Pixellogic and also for not asking you guys about an idea. I was highly limited to the resources and time. Oh wait, where was I? Oh, okay. Anyway, the idea is simple. Making food in a certain amount of time, which is 60 seconds. Sell the food and reach the quota, so we can survive the night. Pretty short game and not what I want in my mind, but the best option that I had with this time limit. So we are going to make it. And I did work until 2 or 3 AM. I made a map and a simple 3-slot inventory system, which is the exact same from my game Bookshelf Remastered. If you don't know what Bookshelf Remastered is, check out the previous video. After the inventory, it was too late, so I decided to get back to sleep. Now, some of you guys might make a mistake about the time. In our time zone, Game Jam began at 8:30 p.m. and I did waste an entire 3 hours, so yeah, now it makes sense. The next day, I was still so tired and I was not feeling good that day. I have no idea why, but I get up, I get back to my laptop, and I resume the game development process. It was so hard, by the way. I have no idea what happens to me that day. I did text Awesome Pixellogic so much that where the 3D models and the arts are. And finally, they give me what I want. That day I was scared because it could be the last day staying in here and it might be the last day to finish the game and I might not have enough time to finish it actually. So I did my job so fast. I made a main menu level which includes a laptop on that level, and if you interact with the laptop it's going to pop up a screen with a start option and quit button. It's basically our main menu UI. The start button will basically send to the main level and then the timer begin. The option menu is setting menu basically, which you can set the graphic of the game between ultra, high, medium and low so everybody could play the game without destroying their computer. And the quit menu will basically quit the game. What did you expect? I quickly made a timer that goes down slowly. If it reaches 0 and you got enough money, well, you will actually win, but not for now. I did not make the win video right now. And I did not finish the end screen at this moment, so yeah, wait for it a little bit. When you start the game, behind where the players start, there is a kitchen and you have to enter the kitchen. When you enter the kitchen, in front of you there are 3 crates, one for pizza bun, one for sausage and the other one for the sauce. Interacting with them allows you to pick one of them. Don't be worried, resources are infinite and you don't need to buy anything. It's completely free. Then I made a simple mixer like in Bookshelf Remastered where you mix the ingredients to foods. Let me just ignore this part. And as you guessed, it's a cutting board from my game Bookshelf Remastered. If you don't know what is Bookshelf Remastered, then it was time to finally make a pause button, a win screen, a death screen, a dark character that tries to haunt the player if you lose, and a cell system. Now, for the cell system, I added this wall with some decorations at the right of the kitchen. If you hold a pizza and interact with it, it's simply going to remove the item from your inventory and sell the food actually, and it's going to give you a random value of money between the range. For the pause menu, I added 4 buttons: resume, option, main menu and quit. Resume basically continues the game and the timer will tick down again. Option menu does the same thing that the main menu option button does. Main menu button teleports you back to the main menu level, and quit simply close the game. Adding an option menu for the pause menu was incredibly hard. I did end up remaking the whole option menu open and close system and it took me like 2 entire hours. I'm not going to bore you with the detail. After that, I added a pixel shader and a fog effect with volumetric volume inside UE5. And then, that feeling that I talked about it before turns horribly awful.
I'm fixing the mouse. I'm feeling so sick. I'm about to throw up. I really mean that I'm not good.
I was sick at the worst moment. I did take rest and I did not work on the project for about 1 or 2 entire hours. But finally I did get back to the project. Tears in my eyes because of pain, and the game was so much more important than a simple sickness for me. Not even the worst sickness ever could stop me. I began to make the end screen. If the timer goes down and the game is going to check that does the player reach the quota or not. If it does, it's simply gonna open a win UI and you can play the next day too, which increases the value of quota each day. So the game is not going to go forever and you will lose sometime. But if you fail to finish the quota, this guy, which is my main character in 3D but with glowing on and dark outfit, will hunt you down. Pretty simple, huh? I did make the lights goes off and I add some new lights to make the player pay attention to the scene. And I also spawned the dark character. It is going to wait a while and then it's going to move forward pretty fast and you will lose the game with a end screen UI. And I was about to explore the project so I can test it and get some bugs when I got the Zen packaging error. For those who don't know what Zen is, it's basically a server or something like that. It makes packaging faster and easier, especially the cook part. But since I don't have a stable internet, I can't package the project. Because of some issues, we ended up returning back to our home and everything was exactly like what I planned. We did return back to our home, I added a simple intro for the game, and I finally packaged the project. I did broke the project for like 4 times until I got a package, and who knows? I did it. I have a game right now. I made a thumbnail and a logo for the game, and I released it on today and finally submitted the game. The game is not a really good game, but I still think I cooked. Why? Imagine yourself at a travel, no powerful internet, no website, community, barely have access to Telegram. You get sick between the project and you got a laptop with specs of Intel Core i7 11th Gen, 16GB of RAM, Nvidia GeForce MX 330 with 2GB of VRAM. Is not good enough for making games in Unreal Engine, but who cares? I'm doing it. A special thanks to Pixellogic and Ozdu for their incredible help. I really appreciate them because they helps me a lot. Thanks for watching this video, I hope you enjoyed it. Check out the Discord, Twitter and Telegram channel to get updated much more faster. Doopy away! Hello, it's me again. By the way, it's future Doopy. At the time of recording audios, there were no GMTK video about game jams, so actually I did not talk about the result. But now I noticed that it comes out, so let's see the results. Well, yeah, our game was not in the video and we are not in a good situation, and I did not get surprised. This was one of my best game jam I've ever participated in. Actually, the result was not cool or satisfying at all, but at least we have a lot of fun. So hope you enjoy it. Goodbye, this time for real.